Hey everybody, it's Aurora and I'm back again after a bit of a hiatus. College this semester got a bit tiring to say the least, so it was kind of difficult to keep up with the little YouTube videos. But here we have a somewhat big opening, I guess, of the new set Chaos Rising. We have just a regular Elite Trainer box, a booster box, and a booster bundle. Um, I'd say we had some pretty good luck. I mean, I had moderate luck, as I usually do, but my husband pulled a lot of the good stuff. Um, and there'll be code cards as well all throughout this video. Um, so keep an eye out for that. Put them in TCG Live or whatever it's called if you want them. But yeah, let me know, how have you guys been liking Chaos Rising? I personally have been really enjoying it. Like the hit rates are fine, like they're good. I can't complain with, at least from our small, batch of like 50 something packs or something like that. But the thing I love about it the most is the art of this set. Like the colors are so vibrant and just are so pleasing to my eye at least. And so it's been a lot of fun just even seeing like the pack arts and seeing the art on the of the Elite Trainer box and like the arts of the pack arts on the booster boxes and stuff. Like it's got me thinking about doing some sort of video where I go through cards. Maybe I'll do one for Perfect Order because I also did enjoy Perfect Order a lot. But I especially want to do one for Chaos Rising. Um, if I, end up doing it at all, I guess. But I would like to try to make videos about like my favorite arts from the set, like from bulk cards as well as illustration wares. Because there is a lot of art on bulk cards in this set that just like really popped to me. And just like the color composition. Like I'm not an art student, but I'm kind of an eh, used to be an artsy person as a kid. I like to think I still am, but burnout does wonders in that regard. But there's just a lot of interesting compositions and just gorgeous like lighting and shadows and bright pops of color on so many, like for example like this meow stick right here, like it's just so like just such juicy colors. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just really nice. So it's made me thought about wanting to go through and like picking out like a handful, maybe a couple handfuls, I don't know, my favorite cards in the set and kind of going through, talking about them, kind of giving my thoughts on them, and then maybe talking about like specific artists as well. Like if there's like a common theme, like I'm picking, multiple cards made by the same artist kind of thing. Um, I think that would be fun. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be that fun for some people, but to me, I think it'd be a little bit of fun because I feel like bulk art cards, or like the art on bulk cards, I should say, can kind of go underappreciated, unless it's like one of those connecting arts. And speaking of art, we got our first illustrationer here, which is the Matang, which I thought was super cute because there's like double Matang action on the card. Like there's two of them kind of helping out the construction crew. It's such a cute little card. Definitely a good one to start off with. And then Anthony got the Cinchino EX card. I love that small little Pokemon family Minccino, Cinccino. They're so cute. Just kind of like one of those Pokemon that you just really wanna give a good like hug or like squeeze and like pat to, like kind of like a cat, you know. um, but yeah, and especially going on again about the art of this set, I could yap about it for like ever. But the illustration of this set, I feel like are maybe they're just we just haven't been getting great art and sets recently, which I feel like isn't inherently true. But like I was so excited when Anthony pulled this Tauros. Tauros is one of my favorite Pokemon, and this the way that that illustration rare was done, oh, it just is so beautiful. It's such a gorgeous card. Like like so kind of going with what I was just saying, like the illustration rares I feel like from this set are just like on another level to me, at least. Maybe it's just because it's scratching different parts of my brain. Like I just really love the way that most of them look personally. Um, like the Xerneas from this set is beautiful. I love the Sliggoo. The Tauros is my favorite. It all just kind of like feels along the lines of the Clefairy illustration rare from Perfect Order, like just like those bright blues or like soft blending with pops of color and good lighting or like different takes on lighting, you know. And it just all scratches it just scratches my brain, all the itches in my brain so nicely. So I was super happy when we got that Tauros. I jokingly said too, like, oh, we could just stop the video here. We don't have to rip, you know, the rest of the product because the Tauros was like my main. At least I like to think it was my main um, chase of the set. I think the Tauros and the Ampharos from the set. Oh, the Ampharos is gorgeous from the set. Were like my main chases going into it. So when I got that Tauros, well, I didn't get that Tauros. I wish I pulled the Tauros, but when Anthony pulled the Tauros, I was very very excited about that. Speaking of art as well, I kind of tried to showcase them a little bit, but you know, I do be a Yapatron 5000. But the pack arts for this like go around, like the just the pack art in general for Chaos Rising, like it just looks so juicy. It looks so good. It almost looks like a pack of Starburst. You just want to open them. And speaking of packs, these ones in this booster bundle were really weird. They were all filled with like extra air. I don't know. It was really weird. They were all kind of squishy. Like they weren't very tightly sealed, or like not necessarily tightly sealed, but you know how Pokemon packs normally feel. Like these ones had like a lot of extra air in them to the point where a couple of them had like burst at the top, which was kind of, you know, slightly concerning. But, you know, um, we got our hits from this pack, from the booster bundle. We got the Watchog, so it can't all be that bad. Or like, you know, oh, these packs were resealed kind of thing. Plus, they were pre-ordered from local card shops. A local card shop, I should say, to myself. So, and I like to assume or hope that that store is very trustworthy, which I've ever only had good experiences with them. Um, but yeah, like you can see there, like that pack that Anthony had, like that was like a beefy pack. Like it almost looked like those deluxe packs that they did for the Japanese Black Bolt White Flare. Like it did. These guys were chunky for some reason. Um, but yeah, it's super cool seeing these Deoxys cards as well. Like seeing the different forms of Deoxys via the bulk art, and also the Mega Dragalge. I was talking about it with Anthony while we were opening stuff. Like the Mega Dragalge pack art I also don't know if I'm saying that right. I hope I'm saying that right. It was just so gorgeous, and I really never noticed Mega Dragalge before until now, and like now it's got it like it's on my radar, and I'm like, holy crap, that is a really beautiful Pokemon. Like it is so just encapsulates the whole, you know, seaweed flowing with the waves of the ocean and the current in my mind. So it's such a beautiful Pokemon. Same with just regular Dragalge too. Never had an issue with it before, but I feel like the Mega really. It's one of those Megas I feel like it actually added to the Pokemon versus that, like, looking at it and it kind of making you go, what was the point? But here we are to the big guy, the big booster box that I was luckily able to get from the Pokemon Center directly. I unfortunately missed out on everything else. Everything else was out of stock by the time I got through the queue, but luckily, understandably, because they are, the most expensive of the products, it was left with some stock available, and I was able to snag myself one. So the way that we're going to open this, you'll kind of see it's kind of a bit of a goofy opening with this one. What we'll do is we just decided to open the packs in their entirety and just get two giant stacks of cards and just open the cards that way versus like individually, because by the time we got to the booster box as well, we were both kind of like a little bit tired, just kind of wanted to not have to deal with ripping the packs like over and over and over again. We just ripped them all out at the start, and then you have a ton of code cards here. Feel free to go crazy with them. Um, hopefully you can see them all okay. But yeah, we went with the giant stack method, which in hindsight maybe not the best because we couldn't really hold the giant stacks to begin with, so we just kind of randomly picked like a chunk of cards off the top of each of our stacks respectively, which in hindsight of the hindsight gave us a pretty funny moment, um, which you'll see here. Anthony absolutely cooked once more. Immediate Ampharos illustration rare pull, which was pretty funny. Yeah, the Tauros and the Ampharos were probably, I would say, like, also the Xerneas. The Xerneas illustration rare is just, like, really, really pretty. Like, all the illustration rares of this set are just so pretty. I feel like there's a good balance of, like, I don't know if this makes sense, but, like, Pokemon in the city or, like, industrial areas, and then Pokemon and I guess more naturey areas. Like, because you have, like, the Metang, the Watchhog, what is it? Crobat or something like that. I can't think of. I feel like there's one or two more I can't think of right now, but like there's a bunch of Pokemon in like a more city setting. I'm guessing, you know, because of the kind of show the different areas, like the city areas, and then like the what are they called in Legends ZA? I don't know. It's a pretty good parallel, I guess, that they've done with the illustration rares. But then again, if you think a little bit more critically about it, what else could they have done? you know? But luckily, Anthony came through again, pulled me the Xerneas. Like, oh, it is such a gorgeous card. Like, I want that as like a giant, like mural on a wall in my house. Like, I would love to be able to paint that if we had an empty wall somewhere. It's so gorgeous. So, so gorgeous. I think it'd be kind of fun. Oh my god, I can't even talk. I forgot how many hits we got. There we go. I got the clay doll, which is a really cool hit that I wasn't expecting to like as much as I did, but that starry sky background is just so super cool. So, so gorgeous. But what I was saying about the Xerneas is like, if you did make that like a real life art piece, I feel like it'd be kind of fun to do like a chalkboard paint and then make all the colors and stuff and draw Xerneas out of chalk. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. I feel like it'd look really good in like that pastel, like maybe oil pastel, chalk pastel texture, you know? I think it'd be really fun. But this is probably mean also when I was talking about it got kind of goofy with the taking just a chunk of cards off the top. Um, and Anthony did it again. He just took a chunk. He accidentally put his chunk back down onto his stack and then went, oh crap, and then pulled it up again. And then he pulled the Mega Floet EX by doing so. But it did get kind of goofy because you saw like throughout that whole time, because we were just pulling chunks off the top, we were like completely off sync, if that makes sense, in terms of the rarity of cards we'd be pulling at the same time. But we eventually, oh, excuse me, we eventually got through it. Um, Pulled a big B drill. Um, and eventually you'll see us struggle to. We thought the piles were small enough for us to hold, but they were still a bit chunky. But opening the booster box this way was actually really fun for me because I feel like it's fun ripping the packs individually, but when you have such a massive amount, like was it 36 packs in a booster box? I get so tired, which is such a weird thing to say that you get tired opening Pokemon cards, but it's just like kind of the stop and go, I guess is the issue of like, oh, we open one pack, all right, now we have to stop. Open another one, go through, oh, no hit. All right, stop. Open another one, go through. Okay, no hit, kind of thing. Whereas with like the big stack, it's just we could just kind of go, go, go. Like, I don't know. I guess it's kind of parallel to just like doom scrolling on Instagram or something like that, or TikTok or whatever. I personally, I guess, doom scroll on Instagram more than I do TikTok because I don't have a TikTok account, but it is what it is. But that Minccino card, oh, it is so, so gorgeous. Same for that Litleo. That Litleo is such a cute card. Um, but yeah, Chaos Rising has been a really fun set because uh, it kind of pulled mega, like a bunch of megas that I hadn't really paid attention to, kind of into my brain space, like the Mega Pyroar, Mega Floette, and the Mega Dragalge. Um, I've seen the Greninja enough. Yeah, that is such a goofy mega, but I feel like they're either goofy or really cool. Like there's no in between. And here we are with that Crobat illustration there. It is such a cool card. And then I'm finally pulling my weight a little bit. We got the full art Mega Pyroar um, card, I guess. I need to look into it. I haven't played Legends ZA, but are there do the megas look different for a female Mega Pyroar compared to a male Mega Pyroar? Because I know female and male Pyroars look pretty different to begin with. Let me know if that's true or not. I guess I could Google it. But where's the fun in that? I'm gonna assume. I'm gonna assume there's some differences, but would also be understandable if there wasn't. Yeah, I know I mentioned it earlier, but it's been so cool seeing the different forms of the of deoxys, deoxy. I don't know. Throughout the bulk arts of this set. I feel like I haven't seen them in a long time, but there we go. We got a Mega Gallade EX, which has been fun. Has been fun? I don't know. Was fun, I guess, is what I meant to say. um, but yeah, I'm definitely thinking about doing a like little mini art, like bulk card art showcase for some cards in this set because, like I was saying earlier, like that Wimpod, gorgeous, like chef's kiss. The colors, the way they just meld together while popping on their own, kind of like that Minccino. You're getting a little sneak peek, I guess, of some cards that I would be picking for that video. That Fennekin too. That Fennekin is super super pretty. Same for the Fennekin promo as well. Sadly, did double up on the big B, but honestly, if that's the only double that we've gotten so far, like I'm not mad at that. I can't, the fact that we've pulled so many individual illustration rares is insane. Like I still can't believe it. And it's been a few hours since we filmed this. Um, yeah, I got very lucky in that aspect with Perfect Order as well. I pulled every illustration rare myself except the Dewblade. Well, I say myself. Between me and my husband, between me and Anthony, we pulled all of the illustration rares except Dewblade, which I'm really glad that I had him on my side for that one because he pulled the Clefairy immediately. First pack at a pre-release that we went to, immediate Clefairy illustration rare, and I'm so glad that he did that just like he just did here with the Froakie. I was so excited. I forgot about the Froakie and the Frogadier cards until he pulled them because in my mind all I was thinking about was Tauros. And then the Tauros illustration rare, and then he pulled the Ampharos, then he pulled the Xerneas, then he pulled the Froakie, and I'm like, oh yeah, I wanted all of these ones too. This is crazy. um, yeah, I feel very lucky that I didn't, with how much of Perfect Order I ended up opening. Like I think I opened this the same amount that I'm opening here, but with like a couple, I think an extra ETB and a lot of extra single packs, as well as a couple extra booster bundles. Maybe double. I feel like I didn't actually count. I maybe opened like 100 packs in Perfect Order. We'll hold that thought right there because I just came through with another card that I forgot existed in this set. This Sliggoo is like, I don't know. I'll have to look at them again. But I think the Sliggoo is like my second or third favorite card. Maybe it's like tied for third. I don't know. It is such a good, like, it's just such, I just love cards with water in them. I love watery things. I don't know. So, which makes me so excited for Pokemon Winds and Waves. I am hoping that the exclusives for Waves, or like the differences, I guess, between the two, for Waves, kind of mimics what Shield had compared to Sword for Pokemon Sword and Shield. So like what was it, like the Ghost Gym instead of the Fighting Gym or something like that. Um yeah, I want the more whimsical things like the Ghost Trainer and the Ice Trainer. Cuz I think that's what the two differences were. It was like the Ghost Gym with Alistair and the Ice Gym with Melanie versus a Fighting Gym with Bee and is it the Fire Gym with like, what's his name? Kudo, something like that. I don't know. I can't really remember. It's been so long. But I know that Alistair and Melanie are the exclusives or like differences to Shield, which is why I picked Shield because I way prefer Ghost and Ice types than I do what were they like fighting and ground types. I don't know, or fighting and fire. Anyways, long tangent aside, that's how I hope Waves ends up being because I would love to be swimming in the ocean with my Pokemon. That would make me so happy because I love water. That's kind of what I started going to college for. Um, was in hopes to be like a marine biologist, but it's kind of hard to do that where I live. Spoiler alert, I don't live near any water. So it's kind of, there's not really much infrastructure in terms of education funding for that sort of thing. But, anyways, that is completely not Pokemon related at all. But, hopefully we'll get there. We'll get there one day. Unfortunately, we ended off with a dual Crocodile EX pull. But the fact that the Beedrill EX and the Crocodile EX were the only duplicates that we pulled that whole time, that was pretty impressive to me. And I'm very happy that those were the only duplicates that we pulled. So here's just a quick showcase too of all of my pulls. Got the double Beedrill, the Mega Pyroar, which is kind of cool, pulling the regular Mega Pyroar and the full art. Then we got the Sliggoo, the Metang, the Claydol. Such a gorgeous card. Oh, I thought I had one more. I didn't. But this is where the true heat comes in. The Crocodile, then the Mega Dragalge, then the Mega Floette, then the Cinchino, I don't know, Mega Gallade, and then the beautiful Ampharos card, the super cool Watchog, the cool Crobat, the absolutely gorgeous Xerneas card, another absolutely gorgeous card with the Froakie, and then another one with a Tauros. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying Chaos Rising as much as I am. And I will hopefully see you guys very soon for that art video. Thanks for watching.